Mamas, what if I could show you a better way to feed your toddler without power struggles, bribes, or tantrums at the table? Without saying, just eat one more bite, or you have to try this. You know you want to raise a child who has a better relationship with food than you have, but it's been a struggle. You want a child who learns how to self-regulate and only eats when hungry, a child who isn't obsessed with sugar, and a child who doesn't turn to comfort food when they are stressed or tired. Just imagine having the blueprint to break these patterns for good and raise a kiddo who has all the skills and beliefs they need to stay healthy for life. Imagine fun, stress-free family meals where you all sit around the table enjoying good company and good food. If you can relate, hang with me because I've got some insider secrets that you're going to want to see. I'm going to share with you what foods to serve for a balanced meal because I've heard from hundreds of you that this is a big concern. I'm giving you the magic decoder ring to healthy eating for toddlers. Plus, I'm going to share the #1 counterproductive thing that you must stop doing if you want to have more peaceful meal times with your little one. And I'll be sharing my step-by-step method to stop toddler food throwing and other squirmy, obnoxious, and challenging behaviors at the table. But in all seriousness, can you imagine never having to go to battle with your toddler around food ever again? Or worrying about who's going to have a mealtime meltdown? Knowing full well that sometimes it's just you who can't handle another power struggle? You'll feel like you are totally rocking this parenting gig, and your child will grow up with a healthy relationship with food. They'll be able to maintain the weight that's right for them, and they'll self-regulate when it comes to food. What I'm going to share with you is literally the difference between feeling frazzled and frustrated about food to feeling confident, calm, and collected at mealtimes. Feeling a sense of pride that your child is a healthy eater and will know how to make good food choices for the rest of their lives. Feeling joy that you all can sit down and share a lovely meal with each other. I'm going to be giving you some essential ingredients here that you'll be able to put into action right away. Okay, so let's begin. If you're like so many of my friends and students, perhaps you feel like you've tried everything under the sun when it comes to feeding your toddler, and for one reason or another, you can't seem to figure out how to serve a balanced meal while getting your child to try new foods and keep them at the table long enough to get through mealtime. You've likely been disappointed that no matter how much you try to introduce new foods or limit snacks or get your child to eat more, you can't seem to figure it out. How to do it in a way that works for you and your child. I'm going to share with you tested and proven strategies to master meal times. You don't need to go through years of schooling to become an expert in this stuff. I'm giving you the keys to it. I've spent years of my life learning how to feed kids in a way that works for parents and kids. I've put all of that knowledge to work for my own family and all of my students and clients. And I can't tell you the success that people have had with it, that I've had with it myself. Because once you know what to do, all of the sudden meals become so much easier. Kids are all different, with different personalities and struggles. But at the most basic level, the same building blocks for feeding work for all of them. It's taken me years to be an expert on this. So believe me when I say I can understand how frustrating it might be to figure this out on your own. Especially if you feel like no matter what you do, your child doesn't seem to eat, eats too much, or doesn't eat in a balanced way. Luckily for me, because of my background as a dietitian and my commitment to testing these methods with my own kids and clients, I've developed a set of strategies that are guaranteed to create stress-free family meals that everyone can enjoy. This is the system I've used to help parents of toddlers master mealtimes without a ton of energy or time, and without trying to completely change up what you're doing today. Just imagine that you've implemented some of these strategies I'm going to ask you to do today. Imagine having a clear meal plan so you're confident your children are eating balanced meals, feeling more confident dealing with difficult behaviors at the table, and a clear strategy for helping your child learn to love a wide variety of foods, even vegetables. It feels good, right? If you're watching this, it's not because you're looking for a shortcut or an easy button. More than likely, it's because you've scoured the internet, followed all the gurus on Instagram, and you're determined to overcome these mealtime struggles. For good. That's why I want to share something that is at the root cause of the mealtime struggles you're having. Like many of my students and clients, you've been conditioned to believe that it's the parent's job to do whatever whatever it takes to make sure their child eats a fully balanced diet. This can take the form of forcing your child to eat. Maybe you or your parents even said things like, you have to eat 2 more bites, or you must clean your plate. Or maybe you end up being the food police, constantly restricting what your toddler can eat. However, this idea that it's your job to make sure your child eats a fully balanced diet couldn't be further from the truth. Sure, it's great for the pediatricians and parenting experts to say, but unfortunately, it often creates fear around whether your child is eating too much or not enough, trying to pretend there is some magic formula on how much your child should eat. However, it's absolutely counterproductive to think it's your job to make sure your child eats a balanced diet. Your child already knows how to eat in a balanced way. Babies know when they're hungry and when they've had enough. They naturally self-regulate. The problem is that we've been conditioned to believe that we have to interfere in some way to make sure that they're getting enough, or not eating too much, or eating the right things. If you continue to buy into this myth, you'll more than likely continue to feel more frustration and fear as your child goes through preschool and gets introduced to even more foods. There really is a better way. Luckily, now you know. And you'll be so much closer to confidently preparing meals and creating healthy lifelong habits. I mean, how amazing would it be to have access to the exact strategies, tips, and tactics that would virtually ensure your success, giving you the big picture you're missing? Because it's so tough when you try one thing, but then it creates another problem. And kids change so frequently that you need more than a tip or trick you found online. So you can stop chasing the magic bullet and learn the foundation you need for mastering meal times. This is what I help my clients do, and it's what I've done in my own house, and it's what I can do for you. As promised, I want to share some of my strategies with you today. These strategies will have your child excited about food and have you feeling confident that they're going to eat the food that they need to thrive. All right, let's jump right into strategy number 1. The number 1 thing you must stop doing is making 3 different meals every night in the hopes that they'll just eat something. Anything. So many mamas get sucked into this, and they're well-meaning. We think we're doing the right thing because we don't want anyone to go to bed hungry, and we definitely don't want our toddler to wake up in the middle of the night because they're hungry. There is a simple fix for this, and it's the division of responsibility, where the parents are in charge of what food is served, where it's served, and when it's served, and the kids are responsible for how much and whether they eat of the food. This is a game changer right here. All right, let's get into strategy number 2. What to serve your toddler for a balanced meal. There are lots of recommendations out there, and they're all, quite frankly, confusing. So many different food groups and amounts to keep track of. I like to keep it simple and focus on an iron-rich food, a high-calorie food, and a fruit or vegetable at a meal. That's the base of all your meals, and it makes it really simple to make sure that you're helping to get them what they need. And finally, strategy number 3. Let's talk about food throwing, wiggling, getting up and down, pushing food around their plate, and all the other not so desirable things our toddlers do at the table. So often this happens because our kids are done eating or tired of being at the table. Here's the thing. You can let them down before you're done. The table doesn't need to be something they're forced to be at, where they wiggle and throw food because they're bored and not in the mood to eat. Focus on keeping your table a pleasant space, and so many issues you have will disappear. I think that you're going to agree that these insights alone will give you more confidence when feeding your toddler, but you may also feel overwhelmed with it all, which is totally understandable. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share exactly how my students have found a new joy around feeding their toddlers. They used to be filled with worry and confusion about some of the behaviors their toddlers were exhibiting around food. But now they're totally confident that they know how to address different problems as their child grows up. Hi, I'm Renee D'Andrea, and I've taught tens of thousands of moms how to enjoy mealtimes again. I'm also the creator of the Mastering Mealtimes course. If you feel like you've made dozens of recipes that were a no-go with your toddler, or that you've tried tips and tricks that you found here or there online and they've only made things worse, I invite you to take a few moments to check out Mastering Mealtimes for yourself. What I've done is make feeding your toddler as easy as possible. This course includes some of our most comprehensive material on toddler nutrition and ways for you as the parent to help your child make good choices for the rest of their life. So if you really want to learn how to feed your child in a more balanced way and feel more confident that they are getting the nutrition that they need and have fun, stress-free family meals, and best of all, if you want to raise a child who grows up with a really healthy relationship with food, then I truly believe that Mastering Mealtimes will deliver. Mastering Mealtimes has strategies that have been tested and proven to work. If you're finally ready for the master plan on how to feed your toddler, then this course is for you. As you might imagine, Mastering Mealtimes has been cleverly designed with you in mind. You get the entire foundation required for how to feed your toddler, when to feed, how much to feed, what to feed, and what not to feed. It's only with a foundation like this that you can put the pieces together by yourself in the future as your child grows. You'll also get an easy-to-follow system which takes all of the guesswork out of feeding your toddler. You'll learn your role as a parent when it comes to food, how to create a schedule, how to deal with challenging behavior at the table, and my entire system for mealtime success. One other thing about this course that you won't find anywhere else is the mindset required for you as the parent. You'll discover how to notice your own beliefs around food that are creeping into your child's mind, and more importantly, what to do differently to ensure your child develops a healthy relationship with food. Another thing so many parents tell me they want is a simple meal planning system, which takes away all of the stress of having to find new recipes that your child will actually eat. And you're in luck. When you register for Mastering Mealtimes, you're getting the exact system I use to feed my kids that makes meal planning for a whole month a breeze. Plus, you'll know how to determine if your child is getting the right nutrients based on the recipes that you follow. Another favorite among parents is the troubleshooting part of the course that will give you realistic ways to actually change the behavior that you're currently experiencing with your toddler, no matter how challenging it may be. Plus, I'll be here answering any questions you have, making sure that you're 100% confident in your ability to implement the program. And this step-by-step system can work for you even if you don't have the time or mental capacity to add anything else to your plate. This course can be consumed in bite-sized chunks while you're washing dishes, getting ready, or even driving. It will also work for you even if you're scared that no matter what you do, it will make your child's eating worse. I know there are so many different suggestions out there, and honestly, that's part of the problem. You're running into this because you need the whole system so that you feel confident you're actually solving the problem and not just band-aiding it. Mastering Mealtimes will also work for you even if your partner or family members are skeptical about trying something new. You'll discover how exactly to overcome your current mealtime challenges with this system. And once your partner or parents or sitters see it working, they'll be excited to get on board with this new approach. You might also worry that you don't need this course because your kid's eating isn't that bad. And of course you can continue to muddle through on your own and stay in that mediocre place. I totally understand and respect that. But I've also seen so many clients that just never quite found their happy medium around food with their kids because they just keep winging it. And this course will give you the knowledge you need to feel confident you are nailing it, and those mealtimes will become even more enjoyable. And this course will work for you even if you think it can't possibly work for you. I know from working with so many parents that it can sometimes be hard to imagine that anything will work. It's easy to feel alone on this parenting journey, and that you must be the only one dealing with this situation. This is why I started sharing my knowledge online in the first place. You are not alone. While your situation feels unique, I've worked with thousands of moms, and there is a solution. And finally, you might be worried that the program will be very strict about what you can or can't do or feed your kids, but this program is different. It's about finding an approach that works for your family and your lifestyle. It's not about deprivation for your child or forcing this or that. You'll discover practical and easy solutions to ensure your child is thriving and getting the balanced meals that they need. But Mastering Mealtimes is not suitable for everyone. If you're not willing to try new things, then you won't get much value from this course. Or if you just want a bunch of recipes but no real meat, on how to create balanced meals from now until, well, forever, then this course is not for you. Mastering Mealtimes is a system that teaches you how to feed your child in a more balanced way and how to feel more confident that they're getting the nutrition that they need, and how to have fun, stress-free family meals. This is the direct result of years of study and years of being in the trenches to find what really works. Now, the best thing about this system is that it's easy to follow. There aren't any complicated 20-step plans. Everything is broken down in a way that allows you to implement one solution at a time and build a solid foundation for success. It's flexible. I'm a mom. I know there isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. Because I've worked with so many families, I created a program that can be tailored to you. It's also 100% guilt-free. This course is meant to lift you up and give you simple ideas to implement. We're not here to shame you or to force you to do things in a specific way. We're all about creating joy and happiness while we're feeding our children. That's what sets the stage for success. When you're feeling confident, your kids will sense that, and they'll begin to feel more confident as well. Parents from countries all around the world who've all had different challenges and different knowledge of nutrition have used our courses to get great results. Let's take a look. NP said, "I feel much more informed and confident about how to start. This was a great, easy to follow, informative course. The handouts and additional videos are wonderful." SM said, "The course provides helpful visuals and practical examples. I love that it combined guidance on feeding, development, and nutrition all in one place." And LA said, "I have found the course to be incredibly helpful and clear. The course contains the most up-to-date information that aligns with the latest recommendations. Most importantly, the course provides great practical tips that will help parents ensure that their child is getting exposed to a wide variety of nutritious foods." If you're looking for the easiest way to set your child up for a lifetime of healthy eating, Mastering Mealtimes is your answer. Now, you may be thinking, I bet any system that can give me all of that would cost a small fortune. And in all honesty, it really should. I'll get to how much it costs in a second. Let me explain. We have already helped thousands of parents around the world discover a new, easy, simple way to feed their children. Our system has been proven to work, and for good reason too. Mastering Mealtimes is the only course or program on the market that provides both the mindset and the tactical foundation that you need. While we often think we're here to solve a problem for your child, you'll actually discover a lot about your own mindset around food and how to shift that so you can create an environment of success for your toddler. Plus, it's the only course that combines the why with the how. This isn't about learning the ins and outs of nutrition. I've simplified everything so you don't have to become a dietitian. You'll see why we recommend specific schedules or structures at the table, and you'll get the training you need to create a balanced meal plan every single month. Think about it for a moment. By simply following the strategies inside of Mastering Mealtimes, you could go from frustration and fear, worrying about whether you're doing it right, to feeling calm, confident, and collected about mealtimes. You'll start to see how you've been sabotaging your own success and how easy it is to shift your approach so that mealtimes are fun and enjoyable for the entire family. You'll be able to teach your children how to listen to their bodies and make healthy choices around food for the rest of their life. The Mastering Mealtimes course could easily be sold for over $500. Wouldn't you agree that discovering the secrets to balanced eating and feeding your children with ease for the next 18 years would be well worth $1,000 or maybe even $2,000? Don't worry, you won't pay anywhere near that price today. I invite you to take a look inside Mastering Mealtimes and see why everyone is calling it their go-to resource. In Chapter 2, you'll discover our Family Table Family Style strategy. Let me explain. Family Table is a central theme we teach. It's all about thinking about the family table as a privilege. If you've always imagined great big family dinners as your kids get older, you will love the family table idea. We start early, teaching your kids that it's a privilege to be at the family table. If they aren't into eating or are done, we don't force them to stay, but the rest of the family will continue enjoying a lovely dinner. And family style is how we feed our kids. When you allow them to be in charge of dishing up, they're going to be excited about meal times. They'll feel more empowered to participate in meal times and like they have more control over their choices. If you're looking for the most comprehensive approach to feeding your children, then you've probably already figured out that mastering meal times is your answer. The price of mastering meal times sold by itself is normally $247. However, you won't just be getting mastering meal times today. Just for signing up and taking action right now, I'd like to give you 3 bonuses. First, you'll get a swipe file of my favorite recipes. No more searching Pinterest or hours on end trying to figure out what to cook. You'll have everything you need to make delicious meals that both adults and kids will rave about. Plus, you'll get our Mastering Mealtime phrases. This handy guide helps you take the pressure out of eating. Instead of saying, you have to eat one more bite before dinner, or any other number of these common pressure statements, you'll discover simple things you can say so food doesn't become the enemy. Finally, and this is my favorite bonus, you'll get our mealtime conversation cards. This is such a fun way to help your children be entertained and excited while eating. If you aren't used to sitting down together at the table, it can be difficult to know what to do and what to say. But these conversation cards open up fun and meaningful discussion with your kids. These bonuses are normally valued at $97, but they're yours free when you register today. Mastering Mealtimes has a retail value of $247, and that's excluding all of the bonuses. When you add in the bonuses, the entire system is valued at over $350. Yet, that's not the price I have for you today. Listen, you could just walk away now, use the notes that you've taken today, and try to figure out the rest on your own, and end up spending countless hours on Pinterest and Instagram trying to put a band-aid on your current mealtime challenges. Or worse, you could ultimately end up doing nothing and passing down your family's beliefs about foods to your child. Maybe that will work and your child will end up with a healthy relationship around food. But most of us grew up in a time when processed food became the norm, and our parents didn't know that using high-pressure tactics or guilting kids about food would lead to a really unhealthy relationship with food as those children grew into adults. That's not what I desire for you, and I know it's not what you desire for yourself. I wanted to give all parents access to a better way. This means you won't pay $350 for the program and all the bonuses. Your total investment today, including everything you see on screen, is only $147. And the best part is this: you are protected by our 100% money-back guarantee, so there's no way you can lose. Here's my promise to you. If you go through Mastering Mealtimes and honestly feel I've wasted your time or you weren't able to find any value, send me an email at renee@newwaysnutrition.com and I'll gladly refund you. No questions asked, no hard feelings. Look below this video right now. Click on the button that says Get Started Now and lock in your special rate. Plus, if you act now, before this presentation ends, I will give you access to a special limited time bonus for free. This is a one-time only deal, so don't miss out. Order now and receive our On-the-Go Snacks e-booklet absolutely free. This is your secret weapon to stress-free cooking. You'll get 21 ready-to-go balanced snack ideas, 5 freezer stash recipes, and tons of snack component ideas and tips. The Snacks e-booklet, together with the recipe swipe file, the Mastering Mealtimes phrases, the dinner conversation cards, and the Mastering Mealtimes course itself, will surely help you to break through the barriers that have been holding you back from joyful, fun meals with your child. Add it all up, and the value is quite overwhelming. Over $400, and even at that price, this is a total bargain. However, just by clicking the big button below that says Get Started Now, you'll get the entire system for just $147, or 3 payments of $57. Now, here's what will happen the moment you click the button. First, you'll be taken to our 100% secure checkout page, which looks like this. Once you've completed your transaction, we'll take you to the members portal where you can start exploring the program. If you are tired of your toddler turning their nose up at anything you cook, or if you are overusing trial and error to figure out what's best when it comes to meal planning, or if you are dealing with unruly behavior at the table, you can choose to take action today and follow the strategies taught in Mastering Mealtimes. When you do, things will surely change for the better. You'll have other parents wondering how you manage to feed your kids such balanced meals when you are so busy already. You'll feel so confident when you gain these invaluable skills that you'll wonder how you ever survived using the old way. You'll have people coming to you for advice on how to get their kids excited about eating again. And I think most importantly, you'll feel confident knowing you are doing everything you can for your child's well-being. I wanted to make this accessible to all moms, so I've lowered the price of Mastery Mealtimes by more than half, just so you can get in today. But eventually, I'm going to have to increase the price back to retail, where it deserves to be. So click Get Started now and take advantage of this limited time offer while you still can. Click the Get Started Now button right below this video right now, and let's get you started today.